Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spoken English for Semester 1. Before we proceed to this week's course, a summary of last week's course is necessary. So, last week we have talked about where do sounds come from and that there is a special alphabet, IPA in English, to study these sounds. We have also spoken about articulatory features that help with the pronunciation of S and ED suffixes. However, are there any more classifications for consonants? And today's course is the answer to this question. Classification of sounds, consonants. A speech sound made with the manipulation of the airstream is articulated, as we have established in the previous course. In order to describe different articulations, we have to take note of these kinds of phonetic features. First, voicing, whether the vocal cords are vibrating or not, and second, the articulator and place of articulation. Starting with voicing, consider the following words: cup, cub, leaf, leave, thin, this, sue, zoo. When articulating a consonant, our vocal cords are either vibrating or not vibrating. So, if you want, do this with me. Put 2 fingers on your throat and read the words along. Cup, cub, leaf, leave, thin, this, sue, zoo. You can notice that in some words your vocal cords vibrate while in others they do not. So we say that the articulation is either voiced or voiceless. Voiceless, there is no vibration in the cases of p. Again, if you want, put your fingers on your throat, 2 fingers, just place them gently on your throat and articulate with me. P, f, th, s, t, sh, ch, k, h. And then move into the voice where there is a vibration and you will be able to feel it on your 2 fingers. B, v, th, z, d, n, l, r, j, j, g, n, w. And as you can see, classification of consonants, we have the voiced and the voiceless, or in this case, the voiceless and then the voiced. And in these voiced and voiceless consonants, we have other articulations that we are going to see in this section. The articulator and place of articulation, and starting by the place of articulation. So we have, as you see in this table, bilabial, labiodental, interdental, alveolar, palato-alveolar, palatal, velar, and glottal. And we are going next in the course, we are going to go through each one of them, give examples, and specify which letters or sounds are voiced and which are voiceless. As for the articulator, or organs of speech, they are the organs that help us either push the sound, constrict the sound, contract the air, and help us make specific sounds for specific letters or for specific words and pronunciations. We have the nasal cavity, the alveoli or alveolar, the palate, the apex, the soft palate, the dorsum of the tongue, the ova, the back of the tongue, the pharynx, the epiglottis, the vocal cords, the esophagus, the larynx, the windpipe, and finally the lips. You don't have to remember all of these as they are, but you need to keep in mind that there are specific speech organs to make specific sounds and to utter specific pronunciations. Now to go in detail, for the place of articulation, and starting with bilabial. So consider the following words: basket, market, public. Basket, market, public. Feel free to repeat the words with me, along with me, so that the pronunciation will be easier for you as well. Again, basket, market, public. So, a bilabial sound is a consonant articulated between the lips. B, m, b. So, voiced as in b, m, and voiceless as in p. Then we have labiodental. In the words vulture, food. Vulture, food. A labiodental sound is articulated by using the lips, or the labial, and the upper teeth, dental. Vulture, food. So we have voiced, v, the vibration of the vocal cords, and voiceless, f, no vibrations. Then we move to interdental. Consider the following words: those, three. Those, three. An interdental sound is articulated by putting the tip of the tongue between the upper and lower teeth. So, those, three. And we have voiced, the, and voiceless, th. Now for the alveolar, consider the following words: talk, doll, sun, zebra, number, lure, rescue. Talk, doll, sun, zebra, number, lure, rescue. So an alveolar sound is articulated with the front portion of the tongue making contact with the alveolar ridge. So if you can notice, when you say talk, your tongue goes upward toward the ridge, the alveolar ridge, even in do and sun and etc. So we have voiced d, z, n, l, r, and voiceless t and s. Moving to palato-alveolar with the words shoe, chill, measure, job. Shoe, chill, measure, job. So these sounds are articulated by bringing the tongue near the hard palate, with the tip of the tongue being near the alveolar ridge. Again, if you want to know where the hard palate is, go back to the drawing of the articulators. So we have, again here, voiced as in j, j, or voiceless as in sh, ch. And to make a difference between them, it's always with the vibrations. Either there is vibrations, which the sound is voiced, or there are no vibrations and the sound is voiceless. Then we have palatal. Palatal. Consider the following word: year, year. A palatal sound is articulated by raising the front of the tongue against the hard palate just behind the alveolar ridge. So you raise your tongue, year. If you say it with me, you will notice that you have raised your tongue a little, year, and it is voiced. Next one is velar. Consider the following words: killer, group, ring, way. Killer, group, ring, way. A velar sound is articulated by putting the back part of the tongue against the soft palate. So, killer, killer. The back of the tongue is against the soft palate. So, again, either voiced as in g, ng, w, or voiceless as in k. Next one, and it's the last one, is glottal. Consider house, the word house. So, a glottal sound is articulated by obstructing the airflow in the vocal tract. So when you say house, it feels as if you're making your throat tighter. House. And it is voiceless. As per last session, I have provided in the platform video explanations, practice, and again, practice as much as you can by talking out loud and pronouncing words, like just grab a dictionary, read word per word, and read them out loud. And in the dictionary, most of them have the IPA transcription, so you can know which sound is the exact sound for a correct pronunciation. Again, my email is available for any contact or any inquiries or questions. Thank you again for being here, and see you in the next course.